Hey everybody, DM Jim here and welcome to another episode of Game Terrain Engineering. In this episode, I'm going to show you how I made this. It's a book, hollow book, with corners, cat's eye, and when you open it, inside are 10 little compartments for holding miniatures. I didn't glue this in so that you could take it out and maybe use the box for whatever purposes you have other than carrying miniatures. And why do I say you? Because I'm going to be giving this away. What I'm doing, I'm trying to grow my subscriber base to 4,000. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I hit 4,000, on my new Facebook page called Game Terrain Engineering, I'm just going to post, when I hit 4,000, I'm going to post a, hey, put a comment below if you want a chance to win this. And I'll come up with the deadline and all that. But I'd love to just pick one name and send this to you. I don't care where you're located. I'll send it overseas if necessary. So this isn't just for the United States. But if you'd like to win this, I want to give it away. So I need your help. I want to grow my subscriber base to 4,000. So if you are not a subscriber, please click below. Please share with your friends who like crafting videos. And again, when I hit 4,000, I'll do a contest to give this away. Now, if you'd like to make one of your own, it's pretty simple. Now, I did use a 3D printer, but you don't need one to do this. Let's go to the video, and I'll show you how I made it. I began this project with just a hollow box that I got from Michael's. It has these fake yellow pages that you need to cover up with painter's tape. So just cover them up as best you can. I cut some curved pieces out of painter's tape to get up in the corners so the primer and paint wouldn't cover it. Here you can see the book primed, just a flat gray. Then I hit it with some black spray paint, matte black, not glossy. While the paint was drying, I went into Tinkercad and I created this little piece that will cover a cat's eye. It's like a glass ornament. And then I created some skulls to place in the four corners of the book. I took that Tinkercad file and I ran it through my software for my 3D printer, as you can see here. Once the files were finished, I popped them off the print table there, print bed, and I test fit them on the book, as you can see here. I actually like the black background, but I had a different idea for the paint scheme. I also designed these trays. It's very flat, about 1/8 of an inch thick, and you can see there are 10 holes in it. And later in the video, you'll see how I used these to create the little compartments that will hold miniatures. I used 2 different shades of red for the cover. I took a sponge and just, used the more matte red, the more flat colored one, to give it a base. And then I went over it with the slightly brighter red, not as thorough, and it gives it a nice two-tone leathery color. Next, I took some of that same bright red paint and I hit the skulls and some of the edge pieces of the little centerpiece, the little round centerpiece. Painted them all red. It took 3 or 4 coats to get it consistent. Then I glued them on. I used this styro goo that was recommended by DM Scotty. I got a big container of it and it does work well. It definitely doesn't smell as harsh as the E6000. The last thing I did was I cut these strips of chipboard. They're 1.5 inches tall, and I can't remember how long they are, but basically I cut them and then I slice them so that they can be folded up into these little rectangular cubby holes. Right here you can start seeing them popping up. I used some blue painter's tape just to hold them together. And then I took those plastic trays that you saw earlier, I 3D printed 2 of them, and then I hot glued these little chipboard trays or rectangles into these 2 trays. I glued 1 tray on bottom and 1 tray on top, and then I used more hot glue to just reinforce and make it stronger. And this makes the 10 little chambers that you can store your miniatures in, as you can see right here. That's how you make it. It's a simple hollow book that I got from, I think, Michael's. The 3D printed pieces, I will put a link below so that you can download the skulls and this centerpiece. The cat's eye, I'll also put a link on eBay where I bought it. Although right now, I just checked her website and it doesn't look like she's selling the 50mm eyes anymore. She's selling 40s and 25s. But you might contact her and see if you want to duplicate this. You know, the bigger the eye, the better, in my opinion. And when I bought this a few months back, 50mm was the largest she was making. So anyway, I'll put the files so you can do this if you have a 3D printer or a friend who has one. But if you don't have one, you could just, you know, cut some of these things out of cardboard or use some jewels and things like that. But it's not hard. Paint it black, use a sponge to give it that, that leathery look. I used 2 different shades of red for this. Now the inside, I made this out of cardstock, and I printed 2 sort of frames out of, I 3D printed those, but you don't have to do that. I just did it to make it more rigid, but there's a lot of ways you could do this. You can even use like 1/4-inch foam, although I don't know if the foam would be, you know, as long as you leave it in, I think it'll be fine, but if you're gonna pull it out and stuff, it might be a little fragile. So anyway, help me get to 4,000 subscribers, and I'll do a giveaway and get this to 1 lucky viewer or subscriber. And please do visit my new Facebook page, Game Terrain Engineering. It's allowing me to post daily content that I don't have the time to do a daily video, but I try to put up things to get people thinking, discussing, questions, essays, that kind of stuff. I write for a living, so it's real easy for me to just, you know, type in what's going on in my head and share it with the rest of you. And I'll also be using it to share like projects that may not be applicable for this channel. I may, you know, games. There's a lot of games I play, and I'll be sharing stuff on that Facebook page with you. But anyway, I hope you like this. I hope you can duplicate it. You're gonna have to, because again, I only made 1 to give away. So good luck to you. When I hit 4,000, I'll put the call out to start, you know, registering for the giveaway, and hopefully this can be yours. Anyway, this is DM Jim, and I'll see you in the next episode.